Yeah.
But to be completely fair to most people, is that just a trash item? Or does that drop off a specific boss?
I don't remember.
Corehound
I
Tooth, I
think it
can't
just
remember.
dropped off one of the ancient core hounds or whatever.
No, it's Major Domo. Executus. I understand, I guess. It's a really good. It's actually probably one of the best rogue weapons in the game early on. So I understand. I wouldn't have bid on it as a warrior, but then again, I'm a two-hand warrior, two-hand fury. So that
Yeah,
makes
two core hound teeth.
no. One two-handed weapon. So for me, I am going to be bidding on the Obsidian Edge Blade every time it drops, as much as I can, basically. Flame Guard Gauntlets. So Golmag and Magmadar are both really good for me. And what was the other thing I need? Oh, and then on Rag, I could bid for Bone Reaper's Edge or the Spinal Reaper. But other than that, most of the Onslaught Girdle's really good, I guess. Crown of Destruction is a good one, but that's got int on it, so it's much more of a hunter piece.
What I really want is the Eye of Divinity that starts that priest webbing quest. That's all I really care about, but that's all every priest cares about.
I would say that drops it's 50%, so it drops either that or the leaf for the hunter. So
yeah, so I don't know. I'll max bid next week and maybe I'll get it, but I think it went for over 600 this time.
I'm hoping to get to MC, but we'll see. It's leveling has become much harder.
Yeah, you just have to hang out inside of instances.
Well, it's actually not as bad as I think people put on. I mean, it's lucky that we're on a horde dominated server for that. We're like 65% to 35%, so it's not quite as camped. But I'm really tired. The problem with the game, just because I want to get this talk out before we start the podcast, I don't want to talk about WoW the entire time. Well, that's fine. This will be after the episode is over, but the problem I'm finding is that BRD is impossible to get a group for now, basically, because everyone just wants to spam Arena and Angerforge. That's it. And I want to actually do the whole thing because I want some stuff off the Emperor. And then at 56, no one will take you anywhere else. Because nobody wants to take you for anywhere else because they want higher leveled characters. I really wanted to run. Maybe I can get the guild to run me through DM East because I want a couple things out of there.
Yeah, they clear it out before raids to do whatever that buff thing is. I don't know how to do that, but
that's DM. Yeah. And then, but the thing is that almost all the groups are level 60 only. Don't invite anyone at level 60 because nobody wants to deal with people leveling because they make the instance go slower. And it's kind of what the fuck, man?
TJ, do you have microphone edge?
Yeah, sorry. We need to get your levels too.
Do I sound robot-y or should I switch to phone?
I think you sound fine. That wasn't you before. I think it was something on Matt's end.
Yeah.
Well, no, I couldn't hear. My Discord settings decided to grab my Steam Link streaming settings instead.
Got it.
Okay.
So I wasn't hearing you when I first got.
It's gating weirdly. Can you adjust your input sensitivity?
Yeah, I would switch that up because it's cutting you out. I'm just bitching. It's not really going to be that bad, Matt. I mean, I can get groups and I can probably yell at you to help me with stuff.
Yeah.
But because like once I get to 57, 58, it's not difficult.
Apparently,
it's just right now I'm in a gap.
If you are in a group of 3 or more, you get an experience bonus.
Yeah.
Like I'm up to like 130% of the kill experience, and then it divides that. I don't know. I just saw a video on that. I was like, never knew that.
No, yeah, for sure. You get with if you're with level 60s, you get more experience because
I didn't know about
experience. That. Yeah,
I just knew that if you get before it divides the experience, it multiplies it by a percentage based on how many people are in your group.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about this. I'm not too worried about getting into Molten Core in terms of like best in slot gearing. I'm like probably, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not. I have 2 best in slot items, 4 best in slot items, 5. Pretty good. A lot of my stuff can be bought, so it helps.
Yeah. I could make most of mine.
And the thing is that I really want to get an Arcanite Reaper, which is that weapon that you can make, but it costs like 500 gold worth of Arcanite. I'm just going to exit the game now.
Is this any better, guys?
Yeah,
sure. It sounds better. It's not doing the weird cutoff thing anymore.
Let me just finish my WoW rant, and then we'll get some levels. No, like I really want to get the Arcanite Reaper, which costs like 500. It's really iconic looking. It's this giant axe with a fucking skull on it. But like Molten Core has like 3 awesome weapons: Obsidian Edge Blade, Bone Reaver's Edge, and Spinal Reaper. All 3 of those are better than that. And since we have Molten Core unclear, it's like I should just keep going Molten Core, saving up DKP, and just bidding on the first one of those 3 that drops.
And it was not a difficult clear. They
no.
Down pat.
Our guild is really knowledgeable. And I think it'll be difficult for me to get a spot because I think I saw that we have like 10 warriors.
Huh. I'm pretty sure I was the only Shadow Priest in the Molten Core.
But
it was awesome.
With 10 warriors is good because warriors DPS scales insanely throughout Classic. And then when we get to Naxxramas, we will need 8 tanks. So having 8 geared warriors is going to be necessary. So I think that's probably why they were excited to have me join as a DPS warrior, just because DPS warrior damage scales super high.
When does Nax come out?
Phase 6 forever. But I mean, like, the idea is you want to like gain goodwill with a lot of warriors so that you can have people that are willing to do it.
So like in general, do you like if you get all of the gear that you want, do people kind of just like chill until the next instance gets released?
Somewhat. People want to build up DKP for that, but also I think that the at least when I was in a raiding guild, when we had people that were geared, they would either take alts or they would give up spots to other people that need Molten Core gear, because there's no point in having shit drop that nobody takes. Like sense. It's just a waste.
Because with the 10%,
I don't like that we have a DKP decay, but
well, that's what I'm saying with that. Like, if you get up to a certain amount, then it's not even worth it to run anymore.
Well, yeah. Well, to be fair, with our DKP decay, though, you don't lose DKP over everybody else as long as you show up for the raid and are online. Because they said I think it said in our rules that you get DKP for showing up on time, even if you don't get invited, and you still get the kill DKP even if you weren't in the instance.
You have to like be ready to go though. You have to like park in I'm assuming Blackrock Mountain somewhere.
Yeah, I have my heart set to Kargath already, so yeah, the idea, but I mean, like, there'll be a point, Matt, where we'll just start trading people in and out on bosses in the instance. So be like, oh yeah, John just needs Magmadar for the 1 drop and this for the other drop. So just swap out totally. Why? If somebody is like, I don't need this boss, we each will get DKP if we completed it, but let's have the person in the instance who can actually roll an item they need. because like this is the thing. This is why my rating guild in Vanilla WoW didn't get past Blackwing Lair, is because you have so much churn with people quitting the game that you have to get everyone geared, because you need to have 50 or so geared people or 60 geared people, so that when somebody is off for a weekend or decides to take a month or two break from the game, you're not fucked.
Yeah.
Because they took all the gear. So because
our one main really tank logged off.
Well, the tanks are different. I mean, like the tanks are. So do we? I'm assuming we have a bear tanking. I'm assuming that. So we won't have a bear tanking in Onyxia probably. He doesn't take Onyxia, does he?
I don't know. He was holding aggro at one point, but I don't know if he was.
I think he was the OT. So Onyxia has mechanics where you need to have a warrior to resist the fear effect. Since we don't have fear ward, because we don't have shadow priests, or we don't have a dwarf priest that can do fear ward.
Okay.
So the warrior for Onyxia, typically the best is undead, because they can just will the Forsaken out of the fear when Onyxia does the AoE fear. Or you just have a stance dancing any other warrior because you can pop Berserker Rage, and that makes you immune to fear effects.
Yeah, and it looked like the fear wasn't something that I could dispel. It wasn't
correct.
Showing up
the druid the druid is fucked for Onyxia because they don't have a fear immediate drop effect. There might be consumables, but I mean at this point I'm assuming we have a really good geared off tank as well, and so the off tank will just tank. And then in phase 2, when she lands, the bear could take over because there's no AoE fear anymore. So yeah, the problem with bear tanking is that it's going to become impossible later on, and I'm sure we'll try, but the game is not optimized. Sorry, we need to go because it's 9:30. Let's get levels. Yes. So let me get on Twitch. I'm just super excited that you've rated
popped my raid, Jerry.
You've rated 50% of the rating I've done in WoW Classic. Because I only did, and we never completed Blackwing Lair. I've only been to Nefarian. We never killed him.
That's as far as I got. Blackwing the next one that's supposed to come out?
Yeah, that'll be phase 3.
Okay. I'll be too busy doing Battlegrounds.
Yeah, and well, you will be, because I think the Battlegrounds are probably where the best gear for you is. Like those blue gear, that blue gear is incredible.
Yeah. Like I have to figure that out because it's not, that stuff's not showing up on the best in slot list on Wowhead. I don't know if that's just because they omitted it.
Oh, in Wowhead?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go on 60 upgrades, you can tell it to turn on PvP ranks.
Yeah.
So I have myself, I have different comparison sets on my Wowhead person. And I have what my current gear is right now as one of my sets. How do I do this? Oh, I hate the 60 upgrades website. I like it, but
it's a good tool. It's just a bad interface.
It's not even a bad interface. It's the fact that I don't know how to. I set up a gear list on my phone, and I can't access it on my computer because I haven't registered.
Oh, you just share a million-mile long link that has all the variables in it.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't really care that much. I just went through the best in slot and then lowered it down to what I actually have equipped, so I can see, so I can just quick when something drops, I can go on there and click the list and see, okay, is it above or below the thing I have, and then I'll need roll.
John, can you go ahead and talk?
Hey, what's up? It's me talking.
Matt.
Hey, it's Matt talking.
And then this is me talking like.
Okay, 1 second. Let me turn off. Let me mute my Discord so I can just hear the Twitch. Open.
I'm a bit loud, so I'm gonna move my computer.
You are a bit loud, yes. Which Discord is it? Hey, everyone talk so I can see which Discord's the one.
Talk.
Okay, TJ doesn't have his headset on anymore,
Yes.
but Matt, can you talk?
No, no. The headset's not connected to the computer. It's connected to my phone that has.
Talk.
Okay, Matt, can you talk for me?
I'm talking.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
How's it going? It's going good. I like turtles.
All right, Matt and I sound very level.
Yep.
TJ, can you talk?
I'm
TJ,
probably a bit loud. Yep. Okay. Speaking like this, I'm probably still a bit loud.
You're not too loud, I don't think. Oh, Matt's Twitch decided to freeze for a second. All right, TJ.
Oh, yes.
TJ, talk.
Yep. Speaking like this, and I actually can change my volume.
It cut out.
Yeah, I would just turn yourself down a little bit and let's try talking again after I finish. All right, I'll keep talking. And then we'll get our weird science podcast started.
I love weird science. Did you start watching it?
No. Oh, the delay is much longer, Matt, now.
Yeah, it's gonna be better for me to just go through the phone. It's just being ridiculous.
Can you guys hear me? Can you talk, Matt? Talk after me and then TJ.
I'm talking now.
And then this is me right here.
Yeah, TJ, I think the phone might be better because you're roboting up quite a bit.
Yep.
Hey! That sounds better. Oh, am I disconnected? What's happening?
No, you're still connected. It's just showing your dumb face, though.
It's just...
Oh, TJ disconnected. That's why.
TJ's connected now. Yeah, because it just selected. Hey, TJ, talk on the phone now.
Yes, I'm talking on the phone. No microphone, no nothing.
That sounds beautiful.
This is a horrible MySpace angle. I'll deal with it.
Hey, it actually sounds really good.
It's the iPhone, so of course it sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, deal with the .gif. All right, I think we're ready to start.
If you want to make it sound worse, I have a $20 headset.
Hear your beautiful voices.
Yeah, make it sound worse.
Okay, got it.
It actually sounds great. It sounds as good as our microphone. It sounds as good as my $100 microphone.
Okay.
What is an iPhone is like a $600 microphone, though.
That's true. To be fair, it is very expensive.
With one of the best cameras I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just to give you perspective, here's the headset I have here right now. This is times worse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you're an old-timey fighter pilot.
Nice.
Yeah, so I would switch to the microphone on the expensive phone.
Done.
All right, I think we're ready to start. This is actually 373.
I don't fucking know.
That's what it said.
I'm going on to Libsyn.
It said 372, and then I changed it to 373.
You are correct. 373 was the last one we recorded. Let's go. Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 373. I am your host, as always, John Danger Rowe, joined by my co-hosts,
Matt Corraden Hag.
And TJ, what the heck is X Input May?
Matt, master of the core.
You've
done it.
Cored the hounds.
Boldly, you sought the power of Ragnaros.
I did.
And you got it.
There was a fight where I was standing too close because my range isn't as far as Mage's range, and I died very fast.
You died during Ragnaros?
No, one of the other bosses. I don't know any of the names. But it's the one that teleports around and does a bunch of AoE shit.
Yes, that was Shazra.
Yeah.
I know these because
they were like, go to your max range, and my like utility damage spell is Mind Flay, and that it's not a very big range.
So what does our guild do for Shazra? What was our strat?
We divided it into 2 groups.
It was not the 3 group.
A tank went. It was like two roaming groups, right? Because 2 main groups, and then the tank went in a fight, and then when it teleported to one of the other groups, that group went to where it used to be. So there were like 3 positions.
Okay, yeah. So we do the three position. Sorry, it's like a triangle. You like go around and go where, because the boss just sits there and AoE blasts. So you just get the tank out to like the max healer range, and then the healers heal the tank while DPS is from the 2 other sections. Yeah, it's honestly, the simpler way, once we get more geared, will just be to have 2 packs. And then just when it AoEs the pack, the people just run to the other pack and the tank stays there, and then you just switch between the 2. That's 2 different ways of doing it.
Okay.
You just incur more damage that way. But
it's if everyone simpler.
Yeah, but once people get better stamina on their gear and everything, it becomes we can heal through it.
Yeah.
I know all these strats because, again, I wasn't a raid leader, but I was a guild officer, so we know all these things for Molten Core. I've done Molten Core a billion times and Blackwing Lair maybe 5 or 6 times.
My job was super easy throughout most of it.
That's DPS, range DPS, especially.
And like, I was in a group. Anybody that doesn't know, I'm a Shadow Priest, so I was in a group with all the warlocks.
Yeah.
So I was spamming the lowest level Mind Flay until the like shadow vulnerability thing got to 5 stacks, and then I just do my regular damage rotation and dispel a bunch whenever that happens.
I was about to say, you're the let's make our warlocks go up the DPS chart, bitch.
Yep. This is like the Rick and Morty thing. What is my purpose? You buff warlocks.
Yep. You make warlocks more effective. Yeah. So that's funny. It's a living though, you know?
Yeah, it was fun.
Although looking through it, I don't really think there's honestly a lot of great gear in Molten Core for you.
There's some stuff. There's a lot of stuff that will just kind of drop from whoever.
Yeah.
There's the Ring of Power. I need like 2 of those, and then the Fire Lord's Choker or whatever.
Mm. This is the struggle with you picking a off spec, like off main spec like class. Basically, is that like the tier set is just meh. It's the same thing for me. DPS Warrior.
My best in slot helmet is a green engineering lens from that like requires level 55 or something.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. The itemization, they fixed it though, because I think when we get to AQ, the AQ gear, I believe, has damage or healing on it. Let me just check. They started to realize that they were like, oh yeah, we should probably like make it so that you can have better stuff. Let me check.
So that'll be the point where I have to like get all new armor. That probably happens every time a new raid is released.
Yeah, so for instance, the Conqueror's breastplate, which is the Conqueror set for warriors, is actually good for me because it has agility and strength on it. Because agility is just crit, chance. So they're like, oh, let's put stats on that work for both, rather than just like defense stats. Like it has that on there too, but like it works for both. So, and I think that the priest is the same way, or there might be 2 sets.
What phase is that? 4, 5, 6?
It'll be after we do the. Yeah. It'll be after we do Blackwing Lair. So, but yeah, like for instance, Mantle of the Oracle, which is the tier 3 priest. I'm sorry, it's tier 2.5. I forget what they call it. Whatever the set that you get from AQ is damage and healing by 20, restores 3 MP5, and decreases magical resistance of your spell targets by 10. And it's intellect stamina. So works for healing, works for DPS. Like they just decided to like make it so you could actually use it. And actually, the awesome part about the way the AQ drops work is that a lot of it are quest drops. So you get quests to get your tier gear, and then you use like scarabs that drop from each boss. Like they'll drop like 20 or 30 scarabs as like currency. So you actually can just like save up and buy your pieces. But there's stuff that drops from each boss as well. But like for the tier like sets, that you can buy them. So it makes it much easier for everyone to get stuff. Yeah, it's actually really cool.
With the phases, do they update loot tables on the bosses that are already in there? Because I'm showing... Oh, okay. Because there's one for phase 4 that's a drop from the Sunken Temple dragon dude.
Correct. There will be stuff in BRD that changes. They did some catch-up gear, and then I promise everyone that's already turned the podcast off because I immediately went into World of Warcraft.
This is my life now.
But it's over like soon. But no. So just to explain, in the later phases of WoW, they did a catch-up mechanics stuff, so you could get better gear from some of the especially like off spec, like Shadow, stuff from previous instances, or like Feral Druid stuff from previous instances that would be like, replacing what you're not getting in like Molten Core and Blackwing Lair.
Okay.
So like they fixed the atomization, and then like for instance, the thing they added was idols for druids. So like instead of an offhand, a druid carries an idol.
Okay.
And they can have like a defense idol, so they like can become better at tanking or whatever.
I imagine it hangs around their neck on a magic string that like becomes the size of a bear's neck when it needs
exactly. to. Mm-hmm. Yes. So anyway, that is our World of Warcraft for the week. Matt is way into it. Yeah. I am at level 56. Let's talk quickly about World PvP.
It's cool.
It's hell. How many honorable kills did you get this week? Because I think they're going to do the honor calculation ranking tomorrow.
I think somewhere around 30.
So I did better than you.
But they were all like, a lot of people that were like, I have 1,000 kills, but they were just like rolling around in a raid. So that translates into almost no honor points.
Yeah. I think I got 2,400 honor.
The Honor Spy add-on is estimating that I'm going to be rank 2.
Nice. So. That's good. So I'll probably also be rank 2.
Yeah.
Because I did quite a bit of PvP. But yeah, so just an explanation. They popped World PvP on, or
and
ranking
everybody's happy.
Rewards, and everything has just become insane on the server. It is basically just kill or be killed everywhere, because it's just roving like death squads and fucking rogues just ganking around every corner, because the honor reward system doesn't have battlegrounds. So the only way you can rank up is through this. I kind of appreciate it, because it's the way the game was back in the day.
Yeah.
They added battlegrounds in later. But also, I think a lot of people have argued that it is busted as fuck, because these servers are also more populated than they were back in the day, because an old server used to have 2,500 people on it. These servers, they said, could run with up to 10,000. So if you talk about, somebody calculated, they were like, yeah, well, a 60-40 imbalance with 2,500 is like, a few hundred people difference. A 60-40 balance with 10,000 is insane. That's 2,000 more people on one side.
And you're just like increasing the chance that you're going
to run into someone. Yeah. So it's fun. We're on a PvP server, so it's kind of like hell, but also I think being in a guild helps, because I've had some really fun times with our guild members, and all just kind of like let's go to an area and like Silithus and run around and just kill people, and that was fun. So I don't know, like it's fine. I think that they will release Battlegrounds early, like they did with Dire Maul.
Yeah,
it's coded into the game. They just need to say, "Hey."
They just have to flip the switch.
So I'm assuming Battlegrounds will probably happen sometime in December. They'll give everybody a month to have fun world PvPing. Because, yeah, or at least drop Warsong Gulch. You know what I mean? Like put one out. Actually, because I think
it reminds me of like I remember during vanilla, like being in contested areas trying to quest. I was like constantly looking over my shoulder. Stuff. And that I never felt that like leveling up this time.
Yeah, it was that way a bit, but like because there was no PvP rewards, people were just like I was like, whenever I got ganked by someone, I was like, why are you wasting your time? Like literally the only thing you're doing is like having fun killing someone, but I'm losing time because I have to corpse run, and you've earned nothing but wasting your time killing me, possibly getting some other horde to say fuck you and charge over and attack you. It's like, why? Now there's an incentive, because if you get enough kills, you'll earn enough points and you'll be able to get cool like gear. Matt, first thing you need to do is get that PvP trinket though. Holy shit.
What is it?
Life changer. PvP trinket?
I don't remember looking at that.
It's just so the PvP trinket is a trinket style item. It has a 3-minute cooldown or something like that. But it is a break stun.
Or fear,
or that. So it's everybody has the ability to break a stun lock item.
I may have seen that. Yeah.
Probably not something you want equipped in raids, but when you're running around out in the world, you're going to want to have it. And I'm going to tell a PvP story because I had a really fun one. So I finally got MC attuned. I got a BRD run to go deep enough in to get that part, because everyone's just spam. Because this is the big problem with WoW. I know I said I was going to not rank. I get one final rant in, is the game has been analyzed to death by everyone. So it is...
Yeah.
Everyone is optimized every run. If you want to run BRD, it's like, oh no, we're just spamming the first 3 bosses of the second half because they have all of the best in slot loot. So that's it. And it's like, but I want to like go deeper in and do a couple other quests. Like, why are we? Because like, well, there's no reason to, because it's not best. So why run it? Like, it's just like, this is
because it's fun.
Because I want to experience the game, but like people are min-maxing so much now because the game has become this. It's just gamer culture, you know. People are way more hardcore than they used to be.
Yeah,
like I was talking to someone about this. I was like, we did not have best in slot like gear lists in vanilla. It was just like, oh, that's my tier set. I need to get that.
Yeah,
like it was
mostly just like you had a stat for your class that you're like, I'm just gonna get all, like, I'm a mage, I'm gonna get all the plus int stuff.
Yeah, for DPS warrior, it's like, okay, I need strength and agility. That's the things I need. And then for tanking warrior, it's like strength, agility, and defense. Like I need stuff with defense on it. Like this is like, I know what stats I need. If it's got, it's that. Now it's like everyone's fucking analyzed every item in the entire game. Or like if you have these 12 items in combination, you'll be better than everyone else. So everyone's just insane going for those. And to me, it's like, but it's like so dumb, because like the idea is that like, oh, if I get all these, I'll be at 100% power. But if I spend like 20% or 30% less time fucking around trying to get these perfect items, I'm at 96% power. Like, why? Why are people... There are some items that have drop rates of like 0.5%, and everyone's like, that's my best in slot, I gotta go for that. I'm like, you were going to run this instance 100 times, and you only have a 50% shot of seeing that. It's insane to run for that. So it's
That's
like,
why I always like the lists that give you alternatives,
options. Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, okay, because there'll be some items where I'm like, oh, the Lionheart helm, that's like a really expensive crafted blacksmithing helm. It's like 600 gold. But I look at the list and it's like, even the higher level stuff, it's still like 30 or 40 like points higher in like item score. So it's like, I really should spend on that one. But then there's stuff where it's like, oh, it's a marginal upgrade, so I'll get the cheaper thing. Like, why not? Like, I'm going to replace it anyway if we keep raiding. You know what I mean? So there's no point in wasting time. I don't know. People like to go for it. You need to have objectives. So people do that. But it's kind of annoying that the way that loot is distributed, it doesn't line up with what your goals are. You're like, I want to do these things, but nobody else will. So that's what a guild's for. I had some guild members help me run through Blackrock Depths a bunch of times.
Yeah,
that was really fun. So, and I got a lot of tanking gear on my warrior. I got the best in slot tanking ring from one of the bosses. So I guess I'm a tank now, but I don't want to respec because they're useless outside of
they're not even bears.
No, well, like, a bear is useful, but outside an instance group, I don't do shit if I'm a prot warrior, so fuck that. Unless I was guaranteed to spot in the raid as a tank, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, so I've been trying to level up, and it's been fun. It's been hell, but I had a PvP story. I did my Molten Core attunement thanks to my guild that joined me, guildmate, and I was turning in a quest outside Burning Steps, and this fucking rogue, level 58 rogue, popped out a stealth behind me, started doing his fucking like stun lock dance shit, and was doing like no damage to me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you know World PvP and WoW, but Rogue v Warrior is bad for the Rogue. Like, I don't know why you would do this. He was 2 levels higher than me, so he's like, okay. But I was just like, I am sitting there. I have 4,500 health or some nonsense, and he's just like piddly stabbing me with this shit, and I'm like down to like maybe like 70% health after the stun lock stuff ends. And like I turn around and I just pop one of my cooldowns. I have 2. I have Retaliation, which instantly counterattacks every attack. So I just do damage every time they try and attack me. And then he realized that, and then he ran off. So I just started shooting him with my gun until his stun wore off, and I charged him again. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why would you do this? Because I have, like, the warrior's class is built to like, counter rogues. Like, the rogues have a really high dodge chance. I have an ability that gives me an automatic, like, 60% crit every time they dodge. So it's just like, I'm going to kill you because I'm spec'd to kill rogues. And so I killed him. I was down to probably a 30% health. And because it was in Burning Steps. Yeah. The fucking Burning Steps, the like little town, has no guards. And the graveyard is like 2 steps away. So he immediately rezzed and then tried to stun lock me again while I was at like, 40% health after bandaging. And he was like at 50% health. And then like a horde druid landed and just healed me to full as I fucking crit the shit out of him and killed him a second time. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, why would you come back for more? So I got a bunch of honor from that. But it's like, if you're a rogue, you don't want to attack a warrior, especially one holding like a 2-handed weapon, because they're probably arm spec and they're built to kill you. And I did. It was awesome. And I crit him with a whirlwind for like 1,000, which is probably like a third of his health. So yeah, warriors crit. That's what I do. So you have to stay out of melee or I will kill you. And so mages suck to fight for me because they just keep me out of melee. But
yeah,
anyway,
freeze and slow you and blink away.
That was fun. That was an intense experience, and nothing gets the heart rate going like just fucking being attacked by a rogue while you're just running around and you're like, what the fuck? Anyway, World PvP is fun. But also it's making it really hard for me to get a level to 60 because I failed at my goal of getting to 60 before phase 2.
Sounds like you need to get good.
I do. But I also need to get less of a life and spend more time playing WoW.
That's what I've been doing.
I blame my wife because she's not in a show, like a local theater production right now. So she's home and I feel bad like not hanging out. So I can only devote so much time to WoW, but I'll be playing Wednesday a bunch. I've decided.
All right. Get level 60.
Since we hung out this whole weekend and tonight for most of the night. So it's just, it's a relationship, It's just, you give and you take. I'm attuned to Molten Core now, and the Onyxia thing I'll get.
But are
eventually.
You attuned to your wife?
I am. That's why I'm not level 60 because I decided to. No, it's because I slacked off.
He's got the marital trinket.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the problem with this game. Is it is scratching the itch so hard right now that I have thought of calling in sick to work just to play WoW. Which is bad.
Last Monday, I
want to say I'm legitimately feeling like, like I got a headache today. It's like I could take some ibuprofen and probably be fine at work, or I could just hang out. But I'm like, nah, I shouldn't do this.
So
that's a dark path.
Because I was working in the theater all 2 weekends ago. I started getting these really intense allergy headaches in the morning. So last Monday I woke up and I couldn't sit up. So I stayed home, and then after I finally made it to Walgreens to get the right kind of antihistamine and that kicked in, I was like, oh, I guess I'm just spending the whole day trying to get Onyxia tuned. I didn't know it was going to be the whole day at the time, but that I was already pretty.
Huh?
What's that?
That quest chain is something, huh?
Yeah, I was already to the Test of Skulls part, and I was just about to start that, and just from that point on, took 7 hours with full group that stuck with it the whole time.
Yeah, Test of Skulls isn't too bad because there's usually a group doing it.
Yeah, it's just a lot of running around. It was honestly, it was mostly just travel time.
Yeah, that's the thing is that and this is the number one argument that I've kind of agree with World of Warcraft, the way it was built was the difficulty is not equal to time spent.
Yeah,
and I think that part of WoW Classic or Vanilla WoW was it takes a long time to do shit. So you feel like you accomplished something when in fact you just spent a lot of time.
That was their way of making it I guess feel like an accomplishment and just.
And it is. And when you think about it,
they were trying to make it so that not everybody's running around with Onyxia gear, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's gatekeeping because it's it takes a lot, but it isn't it's a really cool dungeon that's got these cool neat things you need to do, which they did in later expansions for gatekeeping. Cool stuff was making you for instance, a lot of the raid dungeons would just have heroic tiers, which was more difficult versions of fights. So you would people could do the easy one and get cool stuff and feel accomplished, or you could do this really cool hard version, and then that's awesome and you get a sense of accomplishment for doing that. So they kind of found a better balance, I think, as the game went on. I know it's sacrilege to say that WoW Classic is bad. I'm not. I think some people are insane about that shit online, especially on Reddit, where it's the game is not the fucking Bible. It is not a golden grail. It is very good at some things.
WoW was innovative at the time because the quest system was new. And up until then, you just killed mobs over and over again to get experience.
Yep.
So it took them a while to kind of refine that over time.
And then this has got, and it has good storylines in it. It's fun. There's lots of cool stuff, but there's so much broken shit in it. Half-finished quest lines and just all sorts of stuff that's that they did a lot better. And to the retail WoW's credit, the quest chains are so much cooler in that. The stuff you do in that with zone phasing will be hey, we just showed up in this town and oh shit, this fucking invasion happened and now the town's on fire, and then you do a quest to put out the fire and the zone phases into being a rebuilding city, and it's this is kind of neat. It feels like I'm playing a cool RPG, which is something that the original WoW doesn't do, but it does force a lot of. And maybe this is an issue we had with one of our mighty guild members, is that World of Warcraft Classic forces you to interact with other people because you cannot solo shit. And you cannot just queue into nameless groups of people and then just run shit. You have to talk to people.
Yeah.
So if you're a big introvert, they can't, some people are a type of introvert where it's I'm playing a game, I'm buying a character mask, I can do this, to accomplish my goals. Just, be quiet, keep my head down. Some people just don't like interacting with people, and there are a lot of shitty people.
I'm an introvert. So. I'm an introvert, but I'm also a narcissist. So I just don't notice that other people exist most of the time.
Got it. You just like got the blinders on. You're just like, I'm doing my own thing. I'm the best. For me, I'm an extrovert, so I love talking to people. Although I will say, like, I did BRD and I tanked it. The group we wiped because it was my fault because I suck at tanking a couple times and I didn't know the fights, but now I know them, so I could do it again. To the hunter that decided to backseat tank me halfway through that and tell me how to do my job. Like, I know how to fucking do my job. Like, our group was too low level. That is why we were dying in multiple instances. We also had a mage that wasn't sheeping until we started telling him to. We had the hunter him, not ice trapping things. So we really had a lot of CC that we weren't using, which is why we were dying. Because, again, this is the biggest paradigm shift from fucking... If you've ever played Retail WoW, I know you haven't. But in Retail WoW, you do an instance, the warrior just runs up and just spams AoE threat stuff, and then everything just attacks them, and you just pick things off one by one. In Classic WoW, you can't hold threat for shit, even good warriors. So, like, you have to CC. Like, if it's a pack of 5 guys, you gotta, like, sap one, banish another, like, do that. So it's just like 2 guys the warrior can focus on, and then work through them. So each pull is work.
I always get excited when I get to use my Shackle Undead.
Exactly. Like people like are just like expect. And this is another problem with the culture that has changed. And that's that somebody put a meme on the WoW Classic Reddit. It was the culture, hard pill to swallow. That the game is the same, but the gaming culture has changed since 2005, and that's why it's not the same. Yeah, that's true. Because like. Now everyone watches like speedruns and PvP videos and YouTube on like how to min-max everything. And so people are just like, nah, we're going to do this the speedrun way, even though we're definitely not skilled enough or geared enough to do it. And it's just like, guys, like I'll get instances where I'm tanking. I'm like, let's just kill this mob because I don't want us to accidentally aggro it. Like we could sneak past it, but it'll take us like 2 minutes to just kill this pack. Like, let's just do it. So we don't wipe. Like, anyway, I'm done talking about WoW Classic.
So that's our WoW minute.
Oh, I want to raid MC so bad. And maybe I'll get to next week, but I don't think I'll probably get 4 levels. 3.5. I just checked. Like earlier tonight. Well, earlier tonight when I was logged in. So, they could take me at 58.
They could. I don't know what their policy on that is, honestly.
I don't think they would. Why? I wouldn't. Like, why? We have tons of other people wanting to get in. But I figure if I show up a couple weeks and get waitlisted, they'll have to let me in. That's usually what they do.
Mm-hmm.
We used to run that, and it was like, hey, if this guy showed up a bunch of times and didn't get in, he gets his shot. He's earned enough DKP sitting around.
And I'm pretty sure once you're in, if you just keep running, like they always give preference to whoever was in the last raid.
Yeah.
So as long as you don't break that chain, you're good.
So don't miss a weekend, man. Don't get sick or injured.
WoW is life.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't try and have plans on a Sunday night. Although Sunday night's a great night to raid.
Yeah, it is.
I never have
it's
plans
Sunday
on
night
Sunday
and
night.
it's East Coast time.
It's like,
so it's like perfect.
I mean, I typically have something on Sunday nights that I used to do every week, but I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, it's the podcast.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, that thing. Yeah.
That old thing.
Yeah.
That old chestnut.
Okay, bye, TJ.
TJ quit out of disgust.
TJ got so mad he quit the podcast just now.
Why did it bring you sideways?
It's because it defaults, I'm sure. He's using his phone camera.
Yes.
Anyway, TJ got so mad he quit the podcast. But TJ, Matt and I were fucking around with World of Warcraft and deciding not to podcast. Matt basically no-lifed for like 2 weeks just to get like Blackwing or Onyxia and Molten Core ready.
I basically no-lifed since the game came out.
Well, not to mention you're also doing a show, right?
Yeah. We don't have to talk about that, though. I've talked a lot. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay.
I want to give TJ a chance to talk.
I do want to give TJ a chance to talk.
Fine, but
he has had some
messed me up.
problems just a second ago with this connection.
I think I'm back.
All right, TJ, what's up?
I only disconnected twice.
TJ, tell me what your life is now.
Well, not the podcast. It's been 2 fucking weeks. I've been wanting to record something.
Me too.
I've got kind of 3 gaming related stories.
All right, let's get into them.
They're pretty short.
Okay.
And they're all about different systems. I don't want to say consoles because one's not a console.
I'm actually going to do some stuff here while you're talking. I'm going to open up the doc and actually look at things and write down what we're talking about so that I can remember.
I put some stuff in there.
Yeah, let's actually do this.
Okay, so we'll start from most recent and go backwards. So I've got a bunch of systems hooked up: PS3, PS2, PS4, Xbox
Are you running the
One.
multi-TV system?
I couldn't get that my HDMI switcher to work, so whatever.
Oh.
But anyway, so most recently I've been playing the PS4, and last month PlayStation Plus members got 2 games that most people who care about games already would have had: The Last of Us Remastered,
which I didn't have. I have the original. But, oh God, I shouldn't have interrupted.
And I'm freezing again. All right, okay, I didn't jump off. Did you guys hear?
We can hear you now.
Well, Last of Us Remastered and MLB The Show 19.
Yes.
I know, because I have both of them now, because I have PlayStation Plus. This is what you get, Matt. You're like, TJ sat quietly unbroken through our entire conversation about WoW, and now that it's his turn.
All right, I'm going to unbreak this by restarting this app, because that's what's probably going on.
Okay, sure. So
you're back.
He's going to hop off for a second. All right, so let's talk about TJ while he's gone.
I heard TJ was only level 30. What a scrub.
Oh my God, what a scrub. He can't even level in World of Warcraft. He has some sort of life. Yeah. And he goes to a job.
It's almost like he doesn't even have a subscription right now. God.
Yeah, jeez. Somebody should gift him a subscription, though. It's not us.
Yeah. Hey, podcast listeners.
Yeah.
Gift TJ a WoW sub.
Yeah, hook a brother up. Well, actually, I don't even think that would help because I don't think he has a good PC to play on right now. So
we'll get to that.
Okay.
All right, apparently my LTE was going down to 4G, so I hooked back up to the Wi-Fi, and I'm not streaming our Twitch broadcast right now. So
all right.
All right.
Just stop downloading porn in the background, and you'll be good.
But why?
Because there's no reason to download it anymore. It's all out there, man.
I like to download it in the foreground. Keep it up on the screen while it's downloading.
Yeah, we'll screen share it on Twitch and get banned in a week.
In a week? Yeah, it'll take a while for him to find it.
It'll take a while with our consistent viewership.
That's true.
Anyway, so I was actually starting to play MLB The Show back when I was still in Illinois.
How is that?
Road to the Show is a lot of fucking fun because, as podcast listeners may remember, I'm a big fan of My Career Mode in NBA 2K, and this is kind of the same thing.
Awesome. Actually, I'm really excited to hear that because I used to play the MLB 2K game that existed, and that had the My Player mode.
So this one here has a couple of mechanics that are a lot of fun to deal with. First of all, when you kind of set your player for Road to the Show, you're going to set your main position and possible also alternate positions on the field. You're going to set your core style of personality. Which in this case, there's heart and soul. Like if you're the kind of like the team morale booster. There's the team captain, where you're just kind of the leader role. There is the other two I don't use. A maverick, which is let's just kind of be a firecracker, just be the kind of not angry at everyone else, but just full of yourself. And then there's whatever the fourth role is. That's where you're basically a jerk to rivals.
Okay. Like an enforcer, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. But
Okay.
each of those 4 personality traits, every time that you like hang out with a teammate or hang out with a division rival, you're able to answer questions in a way that will increase any of those 4 stats, even if you picked like these are your 2 main and these are your 2 secondary.
Okay.
And there are tiers of abilities you get based off your personality traits and how high you are with them.
Does it show you what the answer is gonna do for your stats,
Yes.
or is you have to figure? Oh, okay.
No,
it'd be fun if you were like, "Oh wait, I am a jerk."
Yeah, that's what they do, and that's what they do in 2K.
Yeah.
But no, in this case, there are also abilities that are between 2 of the personality styles, where you have to get 2 personalities up to level 3 in order to get that cross ability. So, interesting thing. So it doesn't like, even though I wanted to keep forcing myself heart and soul more, right now I'm working a lot on the captain one because there's a heart and soul captain boost that I want to add on. At any time though, you can equip 2 level 1 boosts, 2 level 2 boosts, 3 level 3s, and 4 level 4s. So it is kind of, as you go through, important to kind of work on all of them. From what I can tell, there's no way to just, as opposed to NBA, you could pay for stat upgrades.
Yep.
In Road to the Show, you can pay for equipment, which gives you, like, this equipment I'm holding, like this bat, gives me a boost in these stats. But it's not a permanent boost because you can get other equipment. You can either get it by purchasing packs, or you can buy it directly off the community marketplace, but it's not essential because there's really nothing that's going to boost your stats so much that's worth it. So it's better to actually play the game because you naturally boost your stats based off the way you play.
Okay.
And then every stat has a maximum, but you can boost that cap maximum by also training. So a certain training that will increase your stat itself, other trainings that will increase the stat cap, and which trainings you have access to are random based off your days off. So you kind of have to just kind of pick and choose as you go.
Okay.
Right now, I'm almost all the way through my first AA season. But I think
so you start in minor leagues, so it's like the road to the big show.
I think if you do poorly in AA, you can get pushed back down to single A.
Really?
But I got randomly.
That would suck. Like, oh, I'm just bad at this game. I'll never play. I mean, that's the way it is.
Similar to my experience in 2K13, it does start you in a kind of a prospects game.
Yeah.
Which in this case is U.S. versus the internationals. Which I was on the internationals because I told myself I'm going to be born in Canada.
Are you a Canadian baseball player, eh?
Hey.
Do you name yourself Ewan?
No, I wanted to pick names that are voiced in the game. I'm very picky about that. Yeah. And so my first and last name are voiced in the game. So I just picked my name.
They have my name in 2K, the 2K game. So I always think it's the most mind-blowing shit when I'm playing like NBA 2K18 and they're like, John Rowe takes the court, and you're like, oh yeah,
I do.
Especially when the announcers will normally use the nickname, the default nickname from the game, or your secondary nickname that you get to pick.
Yeah.
So
Dazzler.
In my 2K18, my the primary nickname in that game was DJ, which already sounds like TJ. But the secondary nickname I picked is the one I picked in 2K13, which is Mr. Fundamentals.
Mr. Fundamentals.
Mr. Fundamentals.
Yeah.
3 assists.
I like Freak.
Yeah, Freak.
Frequency vibrations. Oh my god, I love that. That is the best shit ever. That's Spike Lee directed
in that story. Frequency vibrations is his birth name.
That's right.
That's not a nickname.
That is still probably the coolest experience I ever had playing like a sports single player campaign. Like as clunky as it was, it's like every Spike Lee thing to me. Like it's really got some problems in the way it's composed, but it's just got so much good soul in it, and like
Yeah.
it just like the concept is so strong that I appreciate it despite its wrinkles.
Yep.
And so I loved that. Like it swung for the fences, and maybe it didn't hit it like out of the park, but you know, it bounced off the backstop and was a little double.
You mean
Like,
out? You mean out of the My Park?
Yeah, exactly. Out of the My Park. Your custom stadium, dude. Lance used to play so much Madden, and you get to the point where you become the franchise owner, and you can like adjust the cost of like the concessions in that game. And you're just like, I'm gonna make these nachos cost a ton.
And this used to be a football game.
Yeah, and then like he was like telling me, it was like Green Bay, they wouldn't let me build a new stadium, so I moved the team. I'm like, what? You're heartless. He's
you
like,
can't move the Packers.
I had to move my stadium, and then you can create your own like fan like interaction zone and like your own chant and stuff. Like that game gets into such deep stuff. Like it was just like, what the fuck?
The way Madden's done it since 2012, Matt, is there's this one singular mode called Connected Franchise.
Yeah.
And if you want to do like the Lance thing and micromanage every stupid goddamn
every detail
game, ticket prices, how much the freaking cotton candy is, everything else, including then drafting up contracts and trading players and all of that, and playing the games, you play as the GM, you play as the franchise owner.
Okay.
If you want to just play the games like the old season modes in any sports game, you play as the coach.
Yep.
And everyone's like, well, they got rid of career mode. No, you just play as a player in connected franchise mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you do an online connected franchise with buddies of yours,
you
could all be different things. If one buddy wants to be a GM, they could be a GM. You could be a coach for the same team or a different team.
Yeah.
And then there's also
there's some insane role playing that can happen.
Exactly.
Where your friend can be the GM and you can be the head coach, and then another friend can be the star quarterback, and you're all like telling each other what to do.
Yeah.
Now, if you are playing the GM mode, does it present you with the dialogue box where you have to decide if you're going to let the players kneel?
They probably should in 2K. 2K20.
They should. They'll never do that. Do you stand or hashtag kneel?
Take a knee, yeah.
Take a knee.
And then you choose kneel, and like a little thing pops up in the corner that says Donald Trump will remember that.
Come election time. If your team wins the Super Bowl, he won't invite you to the White House. I did like
wonderful
the
Big Mac dinner.
I did like the hilarious it's called The End of Basketball. It was a John Boy's SB Nation like series that he did, where he created a My Player League for or like a My franchise thing for NBA 2K, and he made every draft the minimum stat players and everything. So they were always like every player that would enter the draft was the worst possible prospects every time. And so eventually the league ran out of like NBA caliber players. It was just these like 5'6", like terrible scrubs. And it was like the end of basketball. And like, it was just like, like I think it was like Anthony Davis was the big rookie that year. It was like when he retired, his team won the finals. He scored 85 points in the game, He was like, he decided to retire healthy, even though he's clearly dominating everyone. Like, at age like 38, and then it's just all scrubs. And then they're like, when he visited the White House in 2075, Barack Obama was still president, because it has like a cutscene where the president visits you or whatever. And it's like, oh my god. I was like that. Yeah, that series is really great if you just look up. It's like he also does Breaking Madden. That's easier to search for every year, where he just like tries to create insane scenarios in Madden, where you like put a team together where everyone has like 100% fumble on. So people are just fumbling like 30 times in one play, basically. Yeah. And just trying to like break the game. Like he had one where he tried to score like, over 999 points in a game, all sorts of insane shit. And it's really cool. But yeah, sports games aren't just for sports fans.
No,
you got some cool RPG stuff in there.
A lot of RPG stuff in there.
I'm really excited to try 2K or MLB The Show 19 because I haven't played a baseball game in years.
I heard Diamond Dynasty is addictive as crap.
Yeah,
but I don't want to get into into any sort of like pull card packs for people and put the people in.
I don't like that aspect.
I had so many of my buddies who were into them. I just can't do it.
It's like loot box gambling.
It is.
No thanks. The nice thing is that like these games are just like every year they iterate new things, so all of the old modes are still in. So you don't have to play that. There's still like 3 complete games worth of content in there. So
yeah.
No, I'm in that for the My Player. I want to try the Road to the Show.
A lot of fun.
I'm sorry. What position did you say you were?
I went catcher.
Catcher. Okay. That's you strategically involved in every play.
Exactly, but you set your defense where you can set it where
you're only playing the batting.
Or you only play. Well, was it batting and non-standard plays. So like if a runner's gonna try to steal second, when you're catcher, you actually have to get your glove in the right spot.
Oh, wow.
Kind of tell you where you've called the ball,
okay.
But sometimes the pitch won't go exactly there. So you kind of have to use your analog stick to kind of move it off.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's actually analog in the box, so it's how far you pull it off the center.
Oh, wow.
So and then if you haven't played a baseball game in a while, it's a single button for each base. So circle is always first base, triangle is always second base, square is always third base, X is always home. I'm used to like the old RBI
point direction, hit a button.
Yeah, direction and button, which isn't an option. But there are about 4 different play styles for every different mode of play. So for batting is 4 different play styles. For pitching is 4 different play styles. I think there's 3 different fielding play styles. So you can, right at the beginning, before you do anything else, try them all out. They let you do that, and then you just pick which one works the best for you.
Whenever I played like the old 2K My Player games, that had a mode where it was you play all of your at-bats and then every defensive play that involves you.
Yeah.
So it would just like simulate up to the point where you're like, oh, I'm standing in the outfield, and then you see the hit and you're like, oh, I got to run forward or run back or catch the pop fly.
It'll kind of do the same thing here.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep talking, but I got to grab my charger for my phone because it's dying.
That's okay.
But,
we can switch. I know we can switch over to Matt though, and then we can go back to you for your next thing.
Yeah, Matt, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Yo,
we were talking about something.
Yo, dog.
Your thing.
Yeah, I was helping out with a musical, just kind of doing the tech for the sound.
That opens this weekend, right?
Yes, and I haven't heard anything, so I'm assuming everything's going well. Because if something was broken, I'd get a call. But yeah, basically.
Oh, so you're not actively running the sound? You just were like doing
I was
behind
just
the scenes
in charge
setup.
of like setting it up and kind of training up the soundboard operator on how to like,
work the magic.
Make it good. Yeah, setting up.
Nice.
It's a live band during it, so I had to set up like the monitors
cool.
in the pit and stuff. And
that's cool.
Let me tell you, getting like the director of the play happy and the conductor of the band happy and the actors happy at the same time, those all conflict with each other.
Yes.
So what you got to do is you got to set them up. You have one on the stage, one in the pit, one in the theater, and then you rotate in between each one. And then when one of them gets aggro, you go to that one.
Yeah.
You just you apply your WoW skills, Matt. You got it.
The director.
Well, what we have
you sheep the director, stun lock the band director.
Just whatever you do not use a psychic scream because you're going to aggro the entire orchestra.
Mind control the actors to move into the right positions. That's it. It's it. No, I saw somebody posted some like resume where they talked about like leading in a team of 40.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Raid leader stuff is like legitimately a qualification for being a manager.
Yeah, holy shit! It's like, dude, I get 10% of that. Well, like maybe 30% of that as like tanking, being the main tank in like a 5-man. is just like you're just like directing everyone, telling everyone where to go, like, and it kind of sucks. Like, I like it because I like being in control, but I also hate it because sometimes I just want to sit back and just kill shit.
Yeah.
And not like every single pull be like, okay, is the guy going to run here? Okay, is the mage going to fucking do this? And, oh, the guy's running to the left and I got to, hit him with the stun so he doesn't run and aggro another pack.
I'm just a healer. I just follow the tank.
I was going to say the healer just has to... The healer just has to have like a left click and a right click and then just hit unit frames. That's all they do.
Yeah. Oh god, Healbot makes it so much better.
Yeah. Occasionally a debuff you need to like do something for. You got to like make sure you're in position. Make sure you got LOS. But tanking is fun. It's just a lot of work. And so I get burnt out really fast. Like doing instances over and over again. Well, that's cool. So you did a thing. You were helped.
Yeah, it was a lot of just kind of like teaching the actors how to like put on the microphones and teaching the board operator what to do, and it was like I was a teacher for a week. It was weird because I'm not a very nurturing person. Well,
let me tell you about a thing where if you take a trip on a ship, you might get a disciplinary hearing. If you go on a ship, ding ding.
Oh.
I'm transitioning.
That was a really.
I was hoping you'd catch it.
I was very confused by that transition.
I want to bury the lead here with this and not read the title as written. Disciplinary hearing and possibly getting sacked. So this person's in England by my employer over airsoft.
Okay.
I'm being pulled into a disciplinary hearing at work for offensive and harassing behavior, but I think it's unfair. Although I'm unsure if I have a leg to stand on recently, I had an organizational reshuffle where I wound up working with a Karen. So if you're calling a coworker a Karen, not like I call one of my coworkers Karen, but in like a fun way.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it goes like it's building a pattern so far with like the airsoft issues.
The airsoft's already a red flag.
I'm just starting to see like a personality emerge.
Yeah, and then calling someone jokingly a Karen. And at some time aligned under another manager who is more sympathetic to Karen due to pre-existing friendships. Yeah, of course. Just a bit of background. I play a fair bit of airsoft, especially MilSim. Military simulation.
Oh, the nerdiest kind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get what I'm saying here.
It's the historical. What are they called?
LARPing.
Historical LARPing.
Well, it's like historical reenactment, but with like that, like the Civil War reenactors, but edgier. So he showed up with his full Confederate Army stuff to work. No,
it's like an airsoft musket.
Yeah, it takes forever to reload the little ball. God, that would be cool though. Actually, you know what I mean? Like, I want to see a Nerf blunderbuss. Where you have to like pull out the thing and stick the ball down the tube and then pull it up and then.
Well, yeah, and a blunderbuss is just like you stuff a bunch of garbage in there, and it's like the precursor to a shotgun. So you just have a bunch of like irregularly shaped foam shoved in there.
Yeah, so two of my favorite Nerf guns I own, I say unironically, is I own like a massive amount of Nerf guns. I have a double-barreled shotgun that actually uses cartridges that you put the bullets into. So when you pop it open, the shells pop, the empty shells pop out, and then you have to put 2 new shells in.
That's really had that. I don't know if I still have it.
And then I also had a bolt-action rifle, which had a clip, which you would load with little shells, and when you fired, the empty spent shells would shoot out the side, and then you'd have to pick them up. Those are just fun because it's just like dumb, like you could load a single shell, and then like bolt action it, like this is dumb, but like that's the idea, you want to have the simulation aspect of it.
I liked the revolver, and then you do the Russian roulette mod where you can like free spin the thing.
Yeah, I had that Nerf revolver. Yeah, well, it's not even a mod. You just have to like, I think, hold one of the buttons in a certain way.
You
and
can
then pull it
pop
to the
out
side.
the thing, yeah, but you can also
and
just. I think there's a mod you can do where you can just spin the chamber.
we used to do that Russian roulette. It was a drinking game.
Yeah,
You would spin it, and if you lost, you had to take a drink. And you just get a little dart hit you in the head, and that's fine.
but the dart's poison.
Well, the dart is poison, yes, and the only cure is more alcohol, so you drink more.
But the alcohol is also cursed.
Yes, which is bad. But then
Milsim,
yes. And with a few friends, I put together some impression kits before, including kits. So impression kit. That's a term.
It sounds like something a dentist would use.
Including kits inspired from Yugo, Chechen, and Ukrainian insurgents, paramilitaries, but also specific impressions of Yugoslav partisans, Wehrmacht and Waffen-SS. The latter
Nazis.
Nazis.
You know, he's not using the term Nazi, but you know, like you can read between the lines there. Specifically for the oak leaf camo patterns. There isn't anything political about this. I don't advocate for Nazis or their beliefs, nor do I go out of my way to wear the swastika. Nor do I go out of my way.
But you don't go out of your way to not wear it.
I know, right? I'm like, that's the other part of that sentence. Anyway, one of the sites I used to frequent did a Hunt for Bin Laden style fun event where you have one of the heavy support weapons and you wear like a Bin Laden mask, robes, and you just like run around with like a fully automatic airsoft gun, and then they, you know, just a big group of people has to take you down. So it's kind of like the Mecha Hitler boss in Wolfenstein, where you're just running around, just gunning everybody down with your huge gun. These are quite visible in my Facebook photos. Anyone who's known me understands it's just a bit of fun. I'm not egregious about it, but I don't hide it either. All right, so you know he's got social media. Has got him probably wearing.
I can't wait to hear what
SS
this title
gear
is.
With a fake gun. As an example, oh no, the title I already told you most of it. I just hid the World War II airsoft costumes, so we'll get to it. Don't worry. As an example, I put a few photos pinned up on my desk wall. One's from me from a few friends who were photographed playing an OP4 at a Milsim event when I had my Yugo vest on. This vest has a tear where it looks like a bullet passed through it. One of my friends, in our sense of black humor, calls it my war criminal vest. Now, Karen once saw this photo and asked me about it and explained a little more on how I picked the vest off of a surplus seller and then it probably saw service in the Yugoslav wars. And then a friend made that joke about it. So he basically like gave her the full like explanation about like how, hey, this vest was probably used in the Yugoslavian, like, I don't know what. I was too young for that.
Yeah.
The America was
the Troubles, I think they call
only
them.
Shadowly involved in that, just bombing people, I think, in that war. So I'm not way into it. But he was basically just telling her the whole history about this war vest. I got a stern talking to from my manager saying that some people had complained about what I said and that I was being insensitive. I said, I don't see the problem. I didn't express any political beliefs. I'm just interested in the military history part of it. Yeah, of course. I like the Nazi stuff. I'm not, you know, I don't believe them, but I like to collect, you know. Anyway, a few other colleagues have asked me about airsoft before without issue, and I noticed whenever it came up, Karen would stick her oar in. Is that like a phrase?
I think it's a British thing.
Okay, stick her oar in and come in a bit critical about it. Nothing overt, but I could tell she wasn't happy. I think one time a World War II pop quiz came up in the course of a friendly discussion. I made a few comments as to my views on how the war could have gone differently. TLDR, the only chance Germany could have won the war was via a 1940 armistice, holding off a declaration on the U.S. that a few 100,000 atomic bombs was less than the millions of a mainland invasion of Japan would have killed. Again, nothing political or offensive to you. Just Karen, who seemed bothered about it. At some point, both my manager and Karen, I like how he just is calling this lady Karen now, added me on Facebook, and I accepted. Like, okay, first off, you have this lady who's like ripping on you for playing airsoft in your free time, which is totally not a thing anyone should ever get in trouble at work over. If you're fucking talking about shit you did over the weekend. Like, you may be like a vegan and somebody talks about going out hunting. You can't like get mad at them for doing that. It's their private time. You don't have to join their conversation, like whatever. And so his manager and this person who was railing on him at work, he added to Facebook for some reason. And again, I had my manager pull me aside this time, telling me he's had a complaint about me expressing offensive views and cites my airsoft photos. I explained that it's just airsoft. It's not political views or anything. He just says he's seen the photographs and thinks it's inappropriate, especially when I work at XYZ company. Edit, this isn't stated in my profile. I haven't got it linked or anything. There's just one comment somewhere from about a year ago. I refuse to take the photos down as it's my page and it's none of his business. And getting to the point, I have a disciplinary hearing next week for harassing and discriminatory behavior, creating a hostile workplace environment. I have no idea what to expect. I've worked here for 2.4 years, so I know that I have the protection at least. I don't see how they can just accuse me of this crap. I honestly think Karen is just out to cause shit, and the manager is taking her side. It was never a problem before she was involved. What can I expect? What should I do? Am I protected, or should I be safe from getting sacked so long as I keep a clear and level head? This is a cross post from, I think, the Legal Advice subreddit. Yes, Legal Advice UK. What's this guy up to, huh?
So I suspect that this isn't about the airsoft stuff directly, because if he's saying he is harassing and creating a hostile work environment, I think it's more about his response to them questioning him about it, and he probably escalated it.
Oh yeah, the way that these are always written is like, oh, he had a thing where he was talking, a World War II pop quiz came up in the force of a friendly discussion. I'm sure Karen was like, oh, let's not talk about this, and then he just goes on this insane,
and then he goes and tells all of his other coworkers, "Isn't Karen such a fucking bitch? Oh, we should."
Yeah,
and then they're like, "I'm not involved, so I'm just gonna tell the supervisor."
Yeah, we're only seeing one half of this thing, and that's the part. I just like this because it's like, to me, it's like such a stereotype.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think either of you watched the show Peep Show.
No.
Well, there's like an exact thing that this happens in the office where one of the main characters, Mark, there's a new guy in the office and they end up becoming friends because they're both into like military history and stuff. And, they're, I think, both ostracized at the office for some reason. Mark just broke up with some girl in the office, and so everyone hates him for that. And this other guy's new, and everyone dislikes him for some reason. And then he's like, "You should come out. We do like war reenactments one weekend." And then it like jump cuts to him in full Nazi gear, like, "Oh, we're playing Nazis in this like World War II reenactment group." And then the guy's like really into Nazi stuff, and you're like, "Oh, this is my coworker." And he tells on his coworker and gets him fired because he's just like, he's having the same like conflicted thoughts I'm having. It's like, I mean, I understand it's like a recreation, so like somebody's got to be the bad guy, but we lose, so that's what we're here for. We're here to get shot. Like, we're the bad guys. Someone's got to be the bad guy. But like the guy, like, there's people that are way into it, and you're like, okay, like there's a part of like, okay,
someone we wouldn't have lost if we did this thing.
Yeah. Sometimes there's a turn where it's like, okay, everyone's got to take a turn playing the bad guy, like the Hunt for Bin Laden. Everyone gets a turn being the one guy everyone's chasing in the little sim, thing, So some people got to be Nazis. Fine. But you shouldn't like be into it and talk about how you have a war criminal vest that probably was worn by someone who shot some innocent people.
Yeah.
And then tell that to your coworkers.
This reeks of somebody that's obsessed with the military but has no firsthand experience with it.
Yeah, it's a mall cop ninja guy at work, but he's not in a mall. He's working at XYZ company. I just thought that was good. Good old. I think we got good out of that though. So Nerf, make your muskets, please. Nerf musket for reenactments.
I want a Nerf longbow, like a really big, like a really big, like 4-foot one, or however big longbows are.
That was one of my favorite things ever. Well, there is a Nerf flintlock pistol. I just
nice.
I'm just gonna quick watch this YouTube review. Okay. So I just clicked on this YouTube video just because it's the guy who's reviewing Nerf shit. So this is a YouTube poll. I'm sure I'm going to fall down to after the podcast. I'll leave it paused for now. But I just want to describe a couple things I just saw. First off, I want you to guess if there was a loud intro music playing on this review.
Yes.
It's not a question of if, but it's a question of whether it was dubstep or something else.
Dubstep. Sorry, he just went basic. Okay, number 2. I want you to guess how long the video is for a review of a single gun.
10 minutes.
12 minutes, 40 seconds.
12 minutes. Because it's optimized for advertising.
I thought that was 10 minutes.
It's 12, I think, is the perfect number.
I gotta start writing 12-minute songs.
Oh my god. So never mind. There is a Nerf flintlock pistol and a Nerf musket that totally exists, and it's total. He's got a Nerf bayonet attachment you put on the end of it.
It's just like a little foam knife.
It's literally what we just described. I'm gonna link this because this is incredible. Like, this guy is out in his backyard shooting fucking plastic cups with his flintlock pistol and rifle. I don't think that they're sanctioned Nerf. What you're talking about? It sounds like it's a mod, like a group that's like, we need to make these for LARPing, basically.
Yeah, I see a Kickstarter from June 2018 that's foam launching toy musket for LARP cosplay.
I mean, I get it. Like, that's cool. Like, if you're going to do, like, pirate stuff, you got to have...
At this point, do we already have Nerf Nazis, then?
Nerf Nazis.
Is this the Nerf Nazi podcast?
Like the Luger? It's like Nerf Luger or whatever.
Nerf Luger. You know, you got the Nerf Chamber.
Chamber? Featuring Nerf gas?
Yeah.
Oh, God. No, Nerf gas is from the Gulf War.
Oh, that's right.
Did you ever play, like, a fucked up game when you were a kid where you, like, were a prison guard and other people were prisoners?
Did you... Were you a kid at Stanford in the 70s?
Did you steam up the bathroom and just call that mustard gas?
No. So we used to play with my friends when I was younger. It was a game we would play where you were in the prison, and so you'd be like in the room, and then you'd have to try and escape without the guard person noticing. And so, like, the guard would have a rule where they'd have to, like, leave the room for a period of time, and then they'd come back. And then, like, the idea is that you could inspect the room. It's actually kind of a really fun game. And so the objective usually would just be like moving shit around so that you could like get like the door open and unlocked.
Yeah.
And then you can escape when the guy's gone.
Hiding your escape tunnel behind a Raquel Welch poster.
Exactly. No. So that was a fun game, but that's like this, but like to 1,000. That's what like LARPing is. I kind of want to LARP, but I also don't want to LARP.
I want to know what other kind of weapons Nerf Nazis would have. I'm gonna just Google World War II
Nerf steel hand grenade, the stick hand grenade.
Yeah, I always remember those from the first Battlefield 1942.
Yeah, so hey, I got to give the Germans credit on that one. Like, you got a fucking stick thing, you could probably whip that thing forever. Like a little ball, like that's harder to throw, I feel like. You get leverage with the stick.
Yeah, and it made a cool whoosh whoosh noise.
Yeah, they always looked cool. Yeah. You know, I'm really into like the aesthetic, you know, like I don't like the politics, you know, whatever.
No.
But, you know, they had really cool.
I mean, I just really like Hugo Boss. So
this reminds me of another sketch from it's from a show called The Mitchell and Webb Look. And it's the same guy from Peep Show. They did like a sketch where they were Nazis in a camp, and they like are going around and like,
is this a British show?
Are we the baddies?
I've seen this clip. Yeah.
This sketch is great. It's like, you've got a skull on your mug. Like, the good guys don't have that, right? Like, it's just like all this like shit, and it's like, we're not doing the right thing right now. We're the bad guys. Like, they're just having this like looking at their fucking situation and deciding the SS like what they're wearing is like, yeah. So I think that's funny.
Be David Mitchell then.
Yes, David Mitchell, correct. Yes.
Okay.
British comedian.
I've been watching a British game show lately.
Are you watching QI?
No.
Okay, he's on QI all the time.
No, it's Only Connect.
Okay.
With his wife.
Okay.
Victoria Cohen Mitchell.
Sure.
Used to be Victoria Cohen. She's a professional poker player.
Okay.
So she's been doing that show for like 12, 13 years now. So you see her name before getting married, and then the longer double last name because she kept both names, I guess.
All right.
Whatever. I've streamed since being here finally. I tested it on my PS4 here. I don't like using the in-system default streaming. It just looks really bad on the PS4. But I do have my capture card, so I'm going to attempt to do it with the computer here. But no, I tested streaming on my PS4. I platinumed another video game.
Oh, which one?
Well, it's actually one I've platinumed before, but they have separate of the same trophies for Vita and PS4. So it's Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Yes, another Persona game for TJ to finish entirely.
I've only platinumed 5 games total. Persona 4 Dancing All Night, Zero's Escape 3 Zero Time Dilemma, Danganronpa 1-2 Reload, Persona 5 Dancing All Night, or Dancing in Starlight, and Persona 4 Dancing All Night again, the PS4 version. I'm this close to platinuming Persona 4, but I don't have my disc with me up here. And then I'm this close to platinuming Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, but that disc is also in Illinois.
That's cool. Stream away, my dude.
Now, I was on my Xbox for a while last week. I have a lot of stuff, either games I got free with Xbox Gold or games I got free working for GameStop. So I'm like, I have nowhere near everything installed that I have. Plus, there's Game Pass. I want to start deleting things off my hard drive so I can play new games. So I'm like, I should play some stuff. I played and beat Assassin's Creed 2 last week.
Okay.
It was
that's like a good game.
It is a good game.
Yeah.
It's very repetitive, but it's a good game.
Yeah, I played through that whole thing when it went back when it was out. Like, it's just a good story. I liked it a lot. Very tight.
I kind of got to the point where I did everything that showed up when you did the towers.
Yeah.
But for a second I thought, let me go ahead and get all these achievements because they're there. And then I thought about the feathers and heard about the feathers.
You didn't collect all the feathers though, did you?
And I stopped.
Okay. So there's like hundreds.
There's 100.
Yeah.
But it's annoying. Like very annoying to do.
Yeah.
So I stopped. I thought that was good. I was going to jump to Assassin's Creed 4, but I started playing Tomb Raider. The new Tomb Raider?
Yep, got it.
The first in the new series of Tomb Raider. Which I'm having a lot of freaking fun with. And then for the past week, I've been
Did you ever finish that game originally?
Tomb Raider? No.
Oh, it's so good.
I didn't play.
I played through that whole thing last year.
I played an hour of Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Okay.
But I'm like, let me go and play this first because it's on Game Pass.
Yep.
And then I'll go and I have Rise of the Tomb Raider, so I'll work on that, and then work on Shadows. I heard that one's good too.
You're playing all of these other games, and I am playing World of Warcraft Classic.
Yes.
I want to play Outer Worlds. There's a new Pokemon core game that just released. Like
I don't have my Switch up here, so I don't want to buy it. But,
Sword and Shield, I need to play.
But for not having my Switch up here, I've been wanting to do more exercise-y type games.
Ring Fit.
I want to get Ring Fit. I want to get it so bad.
Yeah, me too.
What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to ask for it for Christmas and see if maybe 2 people can combine gifts and get it for me. Or I pay for it and then just give it to them to give to me. Because I would now work at GameStop and get the discount.
Yeah, of course. Make it cheaper. Why not?
Exactly. So I might have talked about this 2 weeks ago on our podcast, but I brought my dance pads with me.
Yes, you were talking about wanting to DDR it up.
Yes. Did I talk about Sequence or the game called Before the Echo?
Yes. The RPG game.
I now have a slightly better laptop that apparently is not good for Discord calls. But it's a lot better than any of the other laptops I have here that I've tried to do anything with.
Yeah.
So I installed Steam on here, and I've been trying to configure. I bought a PS2 to USB plug.
Okay.
And I've hooked up a PS2 controller and the PS2.
So you can stream. You can stream PS2 games.
I could.
Okay.
I could. The only problem with streaming PS2 games, is not that my capture card can't do it, because it absolutely can. But I don't have my RCA cable splitter.
Got it.
Here, so I wouldn't be able to put it on the TV, and there'd be a massive lag on the computer.
Oh,
but
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I put a. Well, anyway, I have a PS2 to USB adapter that has 2 plugs.
Yep.
So I had my controller and my dance pad connected, and I've been trying to do everything from joy to key to a bunch of other input mappers
to get that dance pad connected.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because this game just didn't seem to want to do it. It seems to ignore everything. I was talking to Spanky about this because of like, if anyone's going to know the back end, he's going to know the back end.
Yeah.
This game appears to use X input,
okay,
which means controllers that register as Xbox controllers will work on it. But everything direct input, which is anything else that's a controller, it not only ignores, but tells the computer to ignore. So joy to key wasn't working, and this wasn't working.
So isn't there? I thought there was a way to like spoof X input though, isn't there?
There is, and I found that well after the fact.
Okay.
But even that wasn't working. And then there's also all the things that like Steam Link and Steam Big Picture do, which lets you like customize your things to actually be the input, but Steam will take care of it on their end.
Yeah.
But the overlay wasn't working on the game either. I've been spending a whole freaking week.
It's a game for you to get this game to work.
And then I did the stupid thing.
Okay.
I was trying to check some of the back end of the way that the program loaded.
So you bought an Xbox game dance pad.
No, I can't afford that right now.
Okay.
So I right-clicked the program, and it was set to open with Windows XP compatibility.
Ah.
I turned that off.
And it works?
And it just worked.
Isn't it the dumbest shit? It's just like, it was a switch to flip.
I downloaded 9 different input mappers.
Yeah.
I downloaded a thing that absolutely converted my 2 things into a single Xbox controller. But at the end of the day, when I undid that, the Steam overlay worked.
Yeah.
And then it just imported my settings from Steam of these controllers as Xbox.
Yeah.
And it just worked.
Hey, now, it works.
It kind of works though, because the controller did, but not the dance pad, and I need both. Because this game requires that I have buttons to cast spells and other buttons to switch between the different Dance Dance Revolution fields. So
but I feel like you need to like contact the developers at this point.
You
should reach out.
I found some stuff on the Steam support where the developer did respond, even as recent as 2015, considering this game's from 2009.
Yeah.
But now that I know that the Steam overlay works, I'm going to have the dance pad work as a Steam controller where it's just emulating keyboard presses.
Okay.
So I don't have to worry about it. Because the Steam overlay will take care of that, and I don't have to worry about it.
Nice.
But I just got to that point right before we started this podcast.
Nice. So you're
you're
going to be able to do it soon.
Yes.
You're making your progress.
Yes.
Well,
so I'm going to try to play through this game for my 3rd playthrough using dance pad and controller because I want to exercise somehow. And just playing DDR on my PS2 is just not enough to do so.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I think we're basically kind of at the end of time, right?
The end of all time?
The end of podcast time.
We've gone for about an hour and 9 minutes of action.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I know,
short week,
but it's late.
And you guys have work in the morning, and
so
I don't.
We need some... we need to get the schedule better, so I don't know.
We're going to go find a felt cloth glove pattern.
We need to work on better times together to record. So we'll have to. Did they say when they're doing it next week?
Well,
it's always Sunday, Monday. So.
I have an idea, but it depends on your guys' availability.
I am free every night,
except for Tuesdays.
But Tuesdays. That's the only night I am busy.
No, well, next week I'm busy Monday night. But regardless of that, Sunday during the day.
Yeah, Sunday during the day works for me. I'm doing nothing. Let's do that next week. Let's pencil it in.
Particular Sunday, I think I don't work. So.
All right, let's pencil that in.
Yep.
All right.
We'll see you all next week.
Too busy watching his Kansas City Chiefs get destroyed. I don't know if did they win tonight? I don't know.
I have no clue.
Anyway, but I am on the Hell website, twitter.com, John_Danger, or borninthe80s.net, which I'm slowly getting all the old episodes updated on.
You can find me on Crom Crush, Horde side.
Yeah, you need some tailoring done, some enchanting.
Make some Moonclaw bags.
Oh no, you're an engineer now, aren't you?
I quit enchanting. It was bullshit, so I'm an engineer now.
It is bullshit.
I'm at May of May on Twitch. Please come follow and support me. I might follow you back. I've just followed a rando that was playing one of the Persona Dancing the other day. And then I stalked him on PSN. But because he was doing it for his PlayStation. But find me on Twitter as well. That's at May of May 84, or on the Fediverse. That's at May of May at mastodon.cloud. I still post there once in a while. We already did the website. Matt, you got any new songs coming up?
Yeah, Matt.
About that.
You're gonna remix.
I've been playing this game. You might have heard of it. It's World of Warcraft.
Oh my god, what's that?
It's pretty cool. No, I need to. I'm gonna start getting back into music. What's really nice is if I'm doing like repetitive shit, then I can just practice singing while I'm doing World of Warcraft, because I need a lot of singing practice.
If you want something topical, find some music from the game Outer Worlds. And your Fallout 4 lovers are gonna love that.
That's true.
Yeah. I gotta play that game too.
Yeah, I heard it's great. It's on Game Pass, so I'm at my Xbox, so I guess I can play it right now.
I don't know why the music stopped, but it just did.
That's cool. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah, that is... It still shows us playing. It's just not making any sound.
Yeah.
All right.